The big story from Africa, the deadly Ebola virus has reached Goma, the Congolese city. The Health Ministry of Democratic Republic of Congo says that a man affected by Ebola arrived in a regional center. He died a few hours ago. This is a major threat because Goma is a city of nearly 2 million people. It's near the border with Rwanda and is a gateway to the region and the world. The World Health Organization is meeting to decide if this outbreak is a global emergency. It's a global headline for sure. The WHO itself has come out with a news release. It talks about the scale of the problem and the steps being taken. The Guardian has a detailed report with a map to show how Ebola has spread across DR Congo. NBC News carried a Reuters report highlighting the challenges in tackling the outbreak of Ebola. Quartz ran an interesting piece analyzing how the Ebola crisis has led to an outbreak of measles in Africa. Written by a vaccinologist, it details the resource crunch in the health sector. Kenya's Standard Media carried a report about the violent attacks on Ebola health workers in Congo. Coming back to the story itself, the World Health Organization has urged the local governments and the international community to refocus on Ebola. It called the identification of Ebola a potential game changer.
The identification of the case in Goma could potentially be a game changer in this epidemic. Goma is a city of 2 million people near the border with Rwanda and is a gateway to the region and the world. We're confident in the measures we're put in place and hope that we will see no further transmission of Ebola in Goma. Nevertheless, we cannot be too careful.
Since the 1st of August last year, there have been more than 2,200 confirmed cases of Ebola. More than 1,600 people have died. This outbreak in Congo is the second largest in history. The mortality rate is at a whopping 67%. The disease has affected women and children more. Women account for 55% of the victims, children 28%. Ebola fever is caused by a virus that is a reservoir among monkeys and bats. It spreads through body fluids, affects blood clotting. Drugs are still at an experimental stage, and this is not the first time that Africa has borne the brunt of Ebola. Between 2013 and 2016, more than 11,000 people died of Ebola in Africa, and eastern DR Congo still looks ill-equipped to handle it.
Wakati mie nilisikia ile magonjwa mimi deja nikitetemeka na nikeogopa mumie nikijisikia mshituko na ndio kwa maana muda na wakati niko nafanya nao mikono niko mbarabara na chakua kidogo mimi nao mikono juu ya kujilinda ile magonjwa isinifikie.
Ni pale gouvernement aleta na sifasi moja batoshe nyumba hapo nyumba anafungana sana hapa. Tutapata hata balali vile takotaminesi hapa. Sasa tuko na wakati ya rougeole na Ebola vile uko hapa. Ilifale baleta na sieba disengesi kidogo beba nafika nouveau batie bao fasi ingine vile. Baleta na bao fasi moja hivi kidogo njo ioneshe ke batu ile maladi isikotamine batu.
Eh bien, moi en tant qu'habitant de la ville de Goma, ça fait vraiment peur au ventre, j'ai vraiment très peur d'être au courant que Ebola vient de frapper la ville de Goma après que la maladie ait frappé Beni, la maladie ait frappé parce qu'on avait aussi entendu un cas d'Ebola, c'était à Idjui, mais comme déjà ça frappe déjà la ville de Goma, ça fait vraiment peur au ventre. Je ne sais pas comment on devrait vraiment survivre dans cette ville de Goma.
So how does the United Nations plan to tackle it? It has sought more funds, and several countries have promised to contribute to tackling this deadly disease.
If we don't raise more resources, especially for WHO but for other agencies as well, it is not going to be possible to bring this outbreak under control, and we'll be having a lot of detailed conversations about that today. And the need is for money, not next week or next month or later in the year. The need is for money now.
6 months of preparedness in Goma. Nothing is perfect, but we've certainly seen all of the necessary actions take place. But we will have to wait. The fact that we have any case in Goma is something that needs to be considered very carefully.
On social media, users discussed the death in Goma. Some compared Ebola cases to the scale of the measles outbreak this year. Meanwhile, Rwanda has issued a travel alert for DR Congo over the Ebola case. Many commented on the economic backwardness of Africa. They said it's a shame that these countries are unable to come up with the funds to tackle Ebola. The other factor is violence. Violence in these parts hurts the efforts to contain the spread of disease.